Welcome. In this video we're going to show you some of the new features that we've added to the Pro Landscape version 23. Now in Image Editor we've added another 3,000 images to the image library to take our image total to over 17,000 images. Now if you've been following us from version to version, you know that we normally add 500 to 1,000 new images. So adding 3,000 is a pretty significant amount of images added to a single version. Okay. Also, you'll notice down at the bottom of the Image Editor program we have a new tab in the Content Explorer called the Recent tab, and the way the Recent tab works here is as I drag and drop materials onto a project, it also places those in the Recent tab. So if I have a commonly used item, it's going to place it there, and then if I need it again, I simply drag and drop it up to my project. I don't have to go back to my Plant tab and locate that plant again. And the Recent tab will keep track of the last 50 items that I've used on any project, or as I move from project to project, those will also follow me. Okay. Also, with all of the programs, not just Image Editor, but Planner and Proposal as well, we've optimized the applications to work better with the 4K resolution screen. So if you have a Microsoft Surface Pro, a Lenovo Yoga tablet, or a MacBook Pro, you're going to notice some changes where the text is much more legible, the icons are much larger so you can see them better, the drop downs will be much more legible, so it's going to work better on the 4K monitors than it has in previous versions. Let's go ahead and go over to the Planner program. Now when you first open up Planner, you'll notice that the tip of the day will pop up there, and the tip of the day is simply going to show you some design tools to help with the design process. Some of these have been around for years and have just kind of been buried, and we just want to demonstrate how these work. You can also click Next tip and it will page through each one of those tips. If you do not want to see the tip of the day, just uncheck the box here and then it won't appear each time that you open the program. Okay, if you want to ever review those tips, you can simply go to the Help menu and go to Tip of the Day, and that will bring the same dialog box up and you can page through it. Also in Planner we've added a new option to the Legend tool. So if I select the Legend tool, we have an option here to add blank rows. So if I want to add a blank row to a legend, I just click there and I'm going to uncheck that and I'll click OK. Okay, and now what that does is it adds a blank row and it puts a question mark in there, and that allows me to put another item in there that isn't necessarily on the drawing or not linked into the database. So the way I would do this is I simply right click and select Ungroup. Okay, now I'm able to double click that question mark, and then I can go in and simply type in new information like so. I'd also want to change the quantity, and in this case I have an existing tree that is not linked to the database, so I would basically copy that and paste that symbol into the legend. Okay, you want to make sure that if you do this that you drag a box around the legend like so and right click and group it again, so that when you move it around it now moves in unison and you don't fracture that legend apart. Okay, another option here is when you select your legend and you select Group by Plant Type and add a row or two. Okay, what that does is it adds a legend and it also adds a header for that miscellaneous item that you're doing there. Okay, so if you want several existing landscape symbols in there, you could do that as well. Okay, let's go ahead and delete that. Alright, next what we have here is the ability to add a soldier course to an existing paver area. So that's something that people have asked for years, and now we've been able to do that, and we can do it very easily. So I have an existing paver here already drawn in there. I simply right click on it, I go down to Add Soldier Course, and then I'll just scroll out and you'll see it adds a soldier course all the way around my paver area. Okay, very easy. Okay, something else that we've changed is the ability to join a different line type, such as a curve or an arc with a line or a polyline. Now, in layman's terms, what we can do is we can use our edging tool to demonstrate this. So I'll select my Easyscape edging tool, and I'm going to go up and I'm going to change this to a semicircle. Okay, so I've got a semicircle piece of edging. Okay, and I'm now going to select my edging tool again, but this time I'll just select a line. Okay, now I also have my endpoint snaps turned on there, and you'll see that when I go to this, I can now snap to the edge or the corner of that arc, pull a line away from it. Okay, so right now they're two independent entities, and if I was to calculate that, it's going to give me two different calculations for each piece of edging. But now I can have the ability to join those. So if I use my join tool, which is under edit, trim, and then join, I'll select the arc and then I'll select the line, and now those are one piece of edging. So it's going to calculate that as one linear piece of edging. Same way with walls and other objects. I can join those curves and polylines very easily with the version 23. Something else that we've added is the ability to color code irrigation pipe. So if I go into my irrigation pipe tool, you'll see up here in the edit bar I have various colors. If I draw that in like so, okay, so there's my first zone. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and reselect that, and this time I'm going to say this is a zone 2. It automatically changes that to a red color. I go in, I draw that zone, it's now a red color. Now the colors here, they are something that the user can define what those colors are. So if you want all of them to be blue, you can do that. But if you go into Tools and Drawing Defaults, okay, we have an irrigation tab here, so you can go in and you can assign colors for various irrigation zones here. So that's something that you set it here, and the program will remember that, so the next time you do a drawing, it'll use the color combinations that you have here for each zone. It will also automatically label the zones as well. Another thing that we've added is the ability to create your own custom toolbars. So to create a custom toolbar, I'll go up to the View menu and I'll go to Toolbars. Now here I've already created one. It's called My Tools, and I can go in and I can edit that by clicking Customize. Okay, now here you have a couple hundred different tools to choose from. So just everything that's available on the application itself has an icon over here, and you can simply double click on them and it places it over on this side to create a custom toolbar. Now I have a couple different ones here. Now this one up here, it is a multi-tool, it's like an all-in-one type tool, and then the other ones I have here are individual tools, and I'll show you the difference on this in just a second. Okay, so I've created that, and I have a couple hundred different tools here to choose from. I'll close this, and you'll see that this toolbar that I've created is up here at the top. Now the first one that had multiple tools on the toolbar is this first with the little arrow just underneath the A. If I click and hold that down, you'll see I fly out and have several tools there. So it works kind of like the all-in-one toolbar over here, where you click and hold and fly out and see other tools. Okay, so that one has multiple tools. The rest of these are just single-click tools. So these are the ones that I would commonly use on a project. So I like to use the paver edge and the create paver and offset edge, and I've got my trim tool up here and another trim channel tool. So these are my favorite tools that I'll use. So what that does is it keeps me from having to go in and find those tools on the draw menu or on the all-in-one toolbar. So my commonly used ones, I create a custom toolbar, so it makes it very easy and quick to access those commonly used tools that I like to use. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the new way of importing a PDF. Actually, it's just an improved way of importing a PDF. Now, previously, when we import a PDF, if that PDF is saved from CAD, we simply would go to File and Open, and we would change the type to a PDF, and then we would select the PDF from the list and import it, and it would convert it. We'd have to calibrate it and that type of thing. And then the other type of PDF would be one that was a scanned PDF, so not saved directly from a CAD program, but printed out, scanned back into PDF format. And previously it was just an image file to us, and we could bring it in and trace it using the Scale Plot Plan wizard on the Startup menu. Okay, so what we've done is we've improved that process. We've improved the quality of the import process. So what I've done here is I've created this one was brought in using the Scale Plot Plan wizard on the Startup menu, and then we brought it in and calibrated it just like you would have done a JPEG image. Okay, so this is the quality of the image brought in that method. Now, if you have a scanned image and you bring it in using File and Open, like we would have done if it was saved from CAD, it automatically brings it in as an image file, and you can see it's much more clear. So it's really night and day difference between this drawing and this drawing. The text here, you just can't read it. The smaller text, you just can't read it here. On this one, it's very, very clear. So that's a huge improvement as far as importing a PDF document, whether it was scanned image or one that was saved directly from a CAD program. So that's a huge improvement. Okay, these are the highlights of the version 23 features. There's a few more features available in version 23. You can check our website to get the complete list.